Hi, this is Kofi Sonopon, managing editor of AirlineProfits magazine and author of the upcoming book series on airline business and technology. AirlineProfits was a media sponsor of the Terrapins Aviation Festival Americas 2017, which was held in Miami, Florida on May 9 and 10, 2017. In that framework, we had the opportunity to interview Benyamin Ismail, CEO of AirAsia X, the Malaysia-based low-cost airline. It will begin long-haul flights to the United States of America this very summer. So we had a chance to ask Ben a few questions about their plan and also how they think they're going to be profitable, offering long-haul low-cost flights from Malaysia to the United States. And also, obviously, knowing the context airlines are in right now in terms of customer service, we took the opportunity to ask Ben to tell us what his stance was when it comes to customer service and also about their future plans. So I hope you listen to this interview and hear what Ben Ismail has to say. Thank you. Yes, hello.
Hey, Kofi.
Hi.
This is Ben.
Okay, hi, Ben. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I hope you had a very good flight.
Oh, well, it was a very long flight. It was all in total 21 hours. It was running about 2 hours ago.
Oof, okay. That must be very long, and yeah, I can see that. Very good. Okay, so are you ready to start now?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Do you hear me? You hear me fine?
Yes, I can hear you fine, yes.
Okay, good.
How about you? Can you hear me fine?
No, yeah, it's fine on my side.
Okay, very good. Do you mind me calling you Ben then?
Oh, no, Ben, yeah, you can call me Ben, yes. Sure.
Okay, very good. Just to introduce, I understand that you'll be presenting on the concept of long-haul, low-cost at the Aviation Festival Americas tomorrow. Is that it?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and how is that coming up?
It's been good. I mean, I think it's something that's not new. I mean, I think we're one of the pioneers of long-haul, low-cost. But I think for me, it's new in the U.S. because I think usually we tend to do more in Asia Pac or more Asia. But I think because of the upcoming first U.S. route for us, and I think it's good to get some visibility here in the U.S. So it's something that we're trying to work on as well. So this is my first conference in the U.S.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Now, before we get into the heart of our discussion, I'd like you to kind of tell us a little bit about your background, because
okay.
I went through your bio, and it's quite interesting. I realized that you became CEO of AirAsia X about 2 years ago in September 2015. So probably you are one of the youngest CEOs in the airline industry. But when I look at your background, I think you actually, what's striking is that you're coming from an investment banking background. Is that right? Okay.
Correct.
So then, what attracted you to aviation?
Well, I think in terms of aviation, I think it's something that I've always enjoyed since I was young.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a plane spotter when I was a kid. I love collecting airplanes, and I was young and all that. So I think passion has always been there.
I see.
And when I graduated out of school, university, university, I think my first job that I wanted to apply was an airline. But of course, airlines, well, it's a very niche market. I think you got to know people to get in, right? So
exactly.
But I was very unsuccessful at the first part. So I think the next step for me was to go into investment banking. So I think banking was a good platform for me because I think it's a very it teaches you a lot of a whole wide background in terms of banking. So I think that helped me. And I think, and the good thing as well, in that 10 years of when I was in banking, AirAsia was one of my clients. So, and we did a lot of work with them. So I kind of knew the industry as we went on. So, and that's how I went to AirAsia. I think they offered me a job, something that I thought, why not? I think this is an opportunity for me to give it a go. And, it was in a position where I thought that, it was something that new to me, and when they offered me the job was investor relations and investments.
Okay.
That really took care of the company's profile and company's investment, looking for investors and all that. So that's something that I looked at. But the good thing as well, it just in that span of 7 years I was living in AirAsia, 7 years in total. I think I learned quite a bit because you learn from entrepreneurs, right? So they are businessmen. And you pick up really quickly. So I think, and once, I think like 2 years ago, as you rightly mentioned, I think the opportunity came, a position was offered to me, and I felt, why not?
Sure.
You could either fail or you could either succeed, right?
Exactly.
So, and I took that opportunity. So far in the last 2 years, it's been good.
Okay.
It's been good. It is very good.
Very good. Thank you, Dan. And can you tell us now a little bit about AirAsia X? Because there are so many AirAsias. It was the other day I was reading about Philippines AirAsia. They're trying to do an IPO by the end of this year. How can you position AirAsia X so that we are not confused about the other ones?
Well, I think there's only two. Basically, there's 9 group of companies, but I think the important message out there is where AirAsia is AirAsia. If you are a passenger, you wouldn't know the difference whether you are flying Philippines AirAsia or Indonesian AirAsia or Thai AirAsia or AsiaX because the brand is so strong that it's all the same. The cabin crew is dressed the same.
Okay.
The only difference is for AirAsia X, we tend to focus more towards the longer flights. Our flights are generally above 4 hours. Okay. And we focus more towards Australia, Japan, Korea, Middle East, and such. So we fly to those countries. And while the short haul flies anything below 4 hours. But in reality as well, we are just a network that connects with each other. So if you want to fly on us, for example, from Sydney to Kuala Lumpur, you can also hop onto a short haul flight, which we will connect you through. So really, I think the experience is seamless.
Okay.
So, but for me, I just take care of the long haul, which is AsiaX, and we're also listed as well in the stock exchange in Malaysia.
Okay. Very good. Now, you probably know already about AirlineProfits. Do you or do you not?
No, I've heard of it.
Okay. Okay. So we're merging to airline effectiveness and profitability. So can you summarize briefly the concept of long haul, low cost, and especially why do you think that makes economic sense to your airline, and in what benefits that your customer get out of that? Because when we hear about low cost, people generally think about a no-frill experience. And so how does that work for long-haul flights?
Well, generally the concept for long-haul, low-cost is the same as short-haul. I think for us as well, I think the most important thing is, our sweet spot for long-haul is usually about 6 to 8 hours. That's usually our main model where we fly to. And usually we do have flights that goes to up to 8 to 9 hours. But generally, I think for us, we make sure that our cost of operations is fairly low. We have a very high density aircraft. I think the amount of passengers for us is about 377. So really, when when you convert that into cost per seat, it's fairly low. So that allows us to charge lower fares to consumers. And I think now in days of age, we've seen the trends in terms of people flying. I think they are willing to really, sacrifice and take a cheaper flight and then later save more on their cost, on their spending towards the hotels and shopping, right?
Yeah.
So for us, I think we've seen that. The dynamic in Asia. I think our loads generally for long haul low cost is about 82%, and seat factors, which is quite good. So I think it's a well proven model,
okay.
and a good thing about us is as well is we have the short haul to feed into our system. The short haul feeds about 40% of our traffic, and vice versa, we feed about 40% to their traffic. So it's been a success so far.
I see. Now, I understand that you'll be initiating flights to the U.S. This very summer, and that you've already received or secured the DOT approval for that. So can you tell us a bit more about that in terms of why you chose the U.S., when you will inaugurate that service, and what are the frequencies that you'll be offering that service at, and possibly what is the average fare that customers could expect? And last thing, if possible, who will you be competing with?
Okay. I mean, for us, I think just to use in terms of low cost, in terms of what our model is in AirAsia is, we want to fly to destinations where it's underserved, and we fly to a lot of destinations like that. And I think we believe that Hawaii is very underserved out of Asia, especially Southeast Asia.
Okay.
We don't see many flights there. So really, I think we thought that and Hawaii is really, I think, everybody's one of the top 5 destinations that people want to go. And we thought this is something that it's a great, and I think in terms of affordability as well in Asia, people are quite affordable in spending. So and we thought Hawaii was a great market. And of course, this flight from Kuala Lumpur it's not a direct flight. It's a one-stop via Japan.
Okay.
And of course, Japan to Hawaii is a very big market. I think Hawaii is one of the number one destinations for Japanese.
Okay.
So and when we started opening for sale for this flight 2 months ago, and we've been sold out for the first 6 months.
Okay. Wow.
So it's been really, really well, and I think that's a good start. I think the next thing for us, the next step is really to build the brand more in the U.S. Because I think AirAsia is still fairly not well known in this market. So I think there's a team that I think we're looking to build that brand slowly, and we'll get there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Very good. Now, I'm sure that you follow aviation news on a daily basis, so you probably know that airlines have seen a significant drop in their profits lately for the first quarter 2017. It's been awful. Some of the drops I see are much more than 70%. The lowest I've seen so far is about 30%. And so obviously this is due to rising fuel costs, labor, and in some instances maintenance costs. So my question is, how do you plan to offer long-haul, low-cost flights to the U.S. and still make a profit?
I think the key thing as well for us is making sure that, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, is to be disciplined in your cost. If you look at our cost structure, I think we're one of the lowest cost airline in the world, actually. I think AirAsia and us are the lowest in the world. I think we're very low. And of course, in the environment that we operate in Asia, I think a lot of the cost is we have a better advantage as well. And really, I think for us is, making sure that we also have the benefit of the whole AirAsia group. So we negotiate a lot of our contracts group, so therefore the deals that we get are fairly low. So really, I think that's been a success story. And if you look at as well the costs, if you look at all the other airlines that are losing money, I think you see more towards the full service because the main reason is I think people, like I said earlier, are becoming more price sensitive. So I think you see that the loads for low-cost carriers are still very, very consistent and very strong. And really, their profits for low-cost carriers has always been very, very high. So I think we are a beneficiary of a slowdown in the economy because people tend to trade down. So I think for us, I think our profits have been quite okay consistently. I think if you look at our numbers last year, we made, our first profit for the full year last year, and I think that is in the back of high currency as well, in a cyclical fuel price. So I think we did quite well.
Okay, very good. Now, Ben, I would be shocked if you were to tell me that you didn't see the many videos going viral on social media lately, revealing how horribly some airline customers were being treated. And it does occur to me that this phenomena is not new, but probably thanks to social media now, these unfortunate events are being made public. So my personal stance is that not only is the airline business is flawed, but that the airline customer service is broken and needs to be fixed. And actually I've written a book that will be released later this spring about that. I hope you'll be reading that. And so my question to you is, where do you stand as the CEO of AirAsia X? You are the one who should set the standard in terms of excellent customer service. So what's your stance when it comes to customer service?
Well, I think for us, typically more, I think, I'm not trying to be biased though, but I think typically customer service in Asia has always been, in the forefront of things. I think the people and just generally are very, very more customer-driven. So I think for us as well, I think our passengers and all that, we don't have much of it. So far, touch wood, we don't have much of those issues. I think it's something that we also bring down very hard during the training of our crew, our pilots, to make sure that passengers are first.
Okay.
So we just make sure let's ensure that we manage that. We also have, a strong PR team that makes sure as well that they are whatever that they carry themselves and carry correctly. So I think on my side, I just make sure that this doesn't happen to us, and I think it's. And I keep reminding my staff and everybody else to ensure that, whatever you think or whatever you think is right or not, the passengers are always right. That's important.
Okay. So your commitment here is that we shouldn't be expecting to see any kind of these ugly videos popping up about AirAsia X.
No, I mean that's something that you can't help, right? At the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
That's right.
They have their own views. They have their own views of service.
Yeah.
So I think for us, as long as we get you safely from A to B, we make sure that we provide the right service on the flight. I think we're okay. I think we will not be like a full service where we offer you everything else. But I think just make sure that we offer the basics, and that's as long as we offer that, we're okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, assuming that your U.S. venture is successful, what would you do next in terms of either target country or region for the future?
Well, I think the two focuses that we want immediately, I think, is the U.S. and Europe. I think Europe is something that we want to go back. I think we want to go back to London. We want to go back to some of the other markets. And I think Hawaii is not our first and last for the U.S. And I think the vision is to go to the mainland, maybe LA or maybe San Francisco, and then probably New York. So these are the kind of markets we want to look at. So I think let's just take it small steps first and see how Hawaii goes, and after that we'll start looking at all the other markets.
Okay. Very good. Any parting words? I think I've done with my questions here, so Any last words you want to share?
No, I think. I mean, for us, low cost, long haul. I think it's a proven model. I think we've been one of the forefronts of it, and I think in the last year was a good year for us, and I think this year it'll be better. So I think we just have to ensure that the main important message is it's discipline, ensuring your cost is managed properly.
Okay.
And if you manage properly, I think you will offer the best fares in the market, and I think that's important for us.
Okay. Very good. So Ben, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you this afternoon, and I hope you enjoy the festival.
Okay, we'll do. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This concludes my interview with Ben Ismail, CEO of AirAsia X, and I wish him all the best for his tenure as CEO for that airline, and also for their upcoming service to the U.S. Hopefully, we'll talk to him again a few months from now and see how their plans are unfolding. And for you, I'm Kofi Sonopon. I'm managing editor of AirlineProfits magazine and also the author of the upcoming book series on airline business and technology. And I hope you stay tuned as we publish more interviews with aviation leaders, including airline executives. So thank you very much again for your time, and wish you have a great day. Bye-bye.